If the dopamine hit of seeing an in-game achievement pop is starting to wear off, you're gonna want to see this. These are the ways you can save the actual world through gaming. That might have sounded a bit like hyperbole just now. Save the world, what are you on about? But honestly, the power of video games knows no bounds. Developers and organizations have harnessed that power to fight disease, raise money for charitable causes, and look after Mother Earth. And you've got the power to make someone's day better every time you head into PUBG and decide not to act like a horrible noob stomper. Small steps. These then are just a few of the ways that gamers can make the world a better place. Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you're new here and turn on notifications to get new videos from Azus ROG as they drop. Right, now let's make the world a little bit better, shall we? The first thing you can do to make the world a tiny bit better is to play a citizen science game. And don't worry, I'm not recommending a knockoff version of Star Citizen here. The phrase citizen science actually means a scientific project that's conducted with the help of the public. That's us, the citizens. Citizen science games are usually designed to get the player to interpret scientific data and identify the important bits so that researchers don't have to trawl through petabytes of data manually. Except it's all cleverly disguised as a game. One of the most famous recent examples was Cancer Research UK's Play to Cure Genes in Space, where players fly along in outer space, harvesting stardust and zooming through rings, except what they're actually doing is working with real cancer research data and identifying genetic faults. The data produced by players saves scientists a huge amount of time and brings them that bit closer to finding a cure. That particular project has run its course now, but you can find absolutely tons of similar, innovative and imaginative games like it at citizensciencegames.com. Help NASA classify coral reefs, find cures for drug-resistant cancers, give scientists a hand in understanding air turbulence. This place has a smorgasbord of titles that are all working towards a better future. Playing games is all well and good, especially if doing so actually helps cure cancer. But you can also contribute to a nicer future just by watching other people play them. People who are, in the case of Games Done Quick, supernaturally good at playing games. Founder Mike Uyama set up his first charity live streaming festival way back in 2010, and since then GDQ has raised over $37 million for charity. Actually, hang on, no, that figure is absolutely insane. Can we do that again, please? Since then, GDQ has raised over $37 million for charity. There, that's better. It's incredibly simple. You watch talented speedrunners making their way through the games you love preposterously quickly, and then you donate to charity as a way of giving back for the show you just enjoyed. Everyone wins. The speedrunner gets to demonstrate their incredible talents to a wide audience. The audience gets to watch a game they like being temporally ransacked, and charities like the Prevent Cancer Foundation and Doctors Without Borders get some vital funds to help them continue the great work they do. And bonus, you get a warm feeling somewhere deep in your abdomen where you thought the lightness could never touch anymore after Margit the Fell Omen killed you for the 478th time in Elden Ring. It's a win-win-win-win. So far, our tips have been about joining a wider cause, getting involved with organizations who've already figured out how to achieve great things with your help. But this one's different. It's all on you. Go out there, in whatever online game you choose, find a new player and help them out. Think about it like this. When Ark Survival Evolved first released in 2017, a high-level player came up to me on the noob spawn island wearing his high-level clothes and brandishing an actual working gun. I assumed I must have angered him by stepping too close to his prehistoric mansion and that I was about to be turned into jam. But no, instead, he typed, "Don't worry, I'm friendly," into the public chat and started throwing all his inventory items on the ground. Then he walked into the fire I just made, typed, "You can have them," moments before he burned to death. I still think about that moment now, 6 years later. Those items gave me a massive head start in Ark, and it meant so much for a stranger to show such an act of generosity. this community might be alright, I thought to myself. You've got the power to make someone's day every time you play an online game. If you're matched with a low-level teammate in PUBG who doesn't know what they're doing, give them some cool loot and show them some tips. If you see a naked stranger on that stretch of road in DayZ, maybe give them an apple instead of hunting them for sport. They'll remember your act of kindness for a long time, and you'll be welcoming them into the community. Oh, that was a lot of digging deep and looking in on ourselves, wasn't it, for that one? Let's take a well-earned break by handing the reins of positive change back to a professional organisation for this next one. In this case, the Games for Change Festival. Now, pro tip here, don't go along to it with pockets full of the spare change you've accumulated from years of buying $4.99 meal deals every lunchtime and hoping that they'll sell you some cheap copies. The change here is social, not currency-based. Games for Change has been running for 20 years now, and in that time it's explored all kinds of ways that our humble virtual pastime can enrich and evolve wider society. Its speakers have shared their insights on the role video games can play in education as an anti-racism tool and improving our physical and mental health, among many other topics. This year's festival is happening July 18th to the 20th in Times Square in New York City, so if you're nearby, pop in and watch some keynotes. And if you're not, the Games for Change YouTube channel uploads a lot of these keynotes and lets you watch them afterwards for free, which is characteristically nice, isn't it? Letting go can be difficult. I'm still not over the result of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, even though it was absolutely ages ago now, and even Lewis Hamilton seems to have found inner peace. You're probably still thinking about that last time you were killed in PUBG by someone who just, suspiciously knew exactly where you were while you were sprinting at full speed out in the open, reported. And it can be hard to let go of our PC hardware too, can't it? These are the components and peripherals we stared at in online baskets for ages before clicking buy, deliberating on their exact specs and visualizing them in our setups to check that they were worthy. So, when we upgrade something, we're in an awkward position with those old parts. We can't throw them away, they're gorgeous high-performance possessions, but we can't keep using them either because we've got a new one now. So, they live in a drawer or a big box until the end of time, forever and ever. Here's a different strategy though, just give it away. Whatever it is, an old headset, a graphics card, a laptop. You might not have any use for it anymore, but assuming it still works, you almost certainly know somebody who does. It's as easy as asking them, hey, fancy a laptop? And just like that, your Discord community grows one bigger. The Asus Foundation takes the same idea and goes big with it. It donates new and refurbished notebooks to schools all around the world, and in 2016, Asus recycled over 11 million kilos of e-waste, which is over 10% the volume of new tech products sold in that same period. Letting go and giving back. Sounds like a decent idea. There we go then, a few little things we can all do to improve the world without breaking character or even hitting pause. If you enjoyed this vid, hit the thumbs up button so that YouTube shows it to more people, and subscribe to us here on Asus ROG for more. Catch you next time.